Hi, and welcome to another episode of Rapid Fire Review, an airsoft gun review show brought to you by the people at pyramydair.com. I'm your host, Barry Goodband.
And I'm Storm Cook, and today we're looking at the Echo 1 Red Star AK47 RIS. Some of the things that come with the gun are standard wall charger, a cleaning and unjamming rod, a warranty card, and a nicely well-illustrated manual.
All right. You're also going to get a pair of high-capacity magazines, a pair of tools. Now, these are used for adjusting your front sight and adjusting the bolts on your RIS system if you want to move anything around with this one. You're also going to get a 8.4 volt, 1500 milliamp battery, large style, with a large Tamiya connector.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, it's a lot to talk about.
Anyways, one of the things I really appreciate about this is they shipped it with 2 magazines. I think that's really nice when companies do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're high-cap magazines, but, you know, it's still, it's fun to make a mag change in the field. You know, it just gets you that little bit more immersion.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the field, let's see how the thing shoots.
All right, yeah, let's take it over and see if it'll make some holes. All right, so we've got this AK out here on our range. We've got our chronograph equipment set up. We're gonna put her through her paces and see what kind of performance we get.
As usual, we're firing 0.2 gram BBs through this for the testing purposes.
All right, and let's see what kind of numbers we got here.
426, 442, 446, 446, and 449. Sweet.
Yeah, that's really spitting them out there. You know, I think that's going to be attractive to a lot of guys.
You might want to use a heavier BB just to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some play sites.
Yeah, absolutely. All right,
full auto?
Let's go for full auto, see how many rounds per second we're going to get.
Second. There you go. You're ready.
And we're going to remind you guys we've got an 8.4 volt battery in here, and we'll see how fast you can turn it over.
12.9.
That's pretty respectable from an 8.4.
Yeah.
This thing's got a real nice sound to it as well. Everything is really meshing and gelling well inside here.
Yep.
All right.
Well, it's Echo.
Well, why don't you take her down range and see what kind of pattern we can put on that target.
Okay. Put it on single here.
Hey, not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Nice tight pattern there. I mean, that's like, you know, that's within a couple inches.
Yeah, I'm real excited about this gun. I can't wait to see what it does on full auto.
Yeah, straight shooter there. I mean, I think with a little bit of adjustment on the sight, you can bring that right on target.
Yeah, we haven't tweaked this at all. This is straight out of the box. So
yeah. Let's see that full auto. I think that ought to be something to behold.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, that's fun.
Punching, I mean, I'm seeing pieces of paper flying off of that. That gun really is peppy. That has got a lot of power behind it. And laser straight, too.
That's rock and roll. Maybe that's rockabilly, that way the beats were coming out so fast.
I'll give you rockabilly. Yeah. Elvis was a practical guy. He'd use an AK.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, when I went to Graceland, there was one of these in a case down there on display.
Wasn't. Let's go over to the other bench and talk about this some more.
All right, let's go over.
So, Barry, what'd you think of our Echo 1 AK47 here?
Well, you know, the first thing I want to touch on here is really looks. You know, this thing is kind of a sexy beast. You know, it's all in black, and it just, you know, it evokes that bad guy gun thing. You know, the AK-47, you know, has been our enemy for years and years and years, so it's kind of got that bad boy feel to it, and it's something, you know, I think I really enjoy.
Modernized up bad guy feel.
Right,
you know,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you know, they got a couple of really cool things here with the attention to detail. You know, they've got this AK-style sight here with the rangefinder on it. I mean, I don't think you're going to really need a rangefinder in the airsoft field.
Although this thing can throw some plastic.
Yeah, with this gun, you may have that opportunity to use the rangefinder. It does shoot pretty hard, but, you know, I appreciate those little things, those little bits of attention to detail. And, you know, you've said before about how much you prefer, you know, these open blade style sights to, you know, like a peep sight or a scope or something like that.
Yes, I do. In an airsoft field, we play in a lot of woods, and being able to acquire the target quickly is important. And having that open sight allows me not only to acquire the target quickly, but see where the BBs are going down range. And yes, I do prefer it.
Yeah, and you can keep your head up. You can be looking around, maintain situational awareness, what your friends are doing, what your enemies are doing. And,
almost,
you know, that's definitely helpful.
The primitiveness of it actually kind of works for me better than like having, you know, a red dot or something like that. Yeah. But that's just me personally.
Absolutely. You know, and on to some of the cool parts that they've included here. You know, obviously we've got this folding handle up front here. That's very, very cool to get out of your way or to deploy it if you want to. Also, this is easily removed from the RIS rail if you want to put a light or something like that in there. It's very easy to do. You've also got your rail up here on the top. You know, mount a scope or optics or, you know, whatever, you know, whatever's fun. Is, you know, as we said, this gun's all in black, and it's, you know, it's just waiting for some more modern bells and whistles to kick up the coolness factor.
And I know we've talked about this before, but we play in cold weather quite a bit up here in the Northeast, and it's really nice to have the battery here in the back because you can keep it in your armpit and you can keep it warm and close to your body for a little bit longer. And also, you know, a lot of people think the battery is going to go into this section here, and on a lot of AKs it does. This one happens to go back there.
Yeah, like, well, we cracked it open ourselves here looking for the battery, you know, not using our heads very much, and, you know, didn't find the battery here, but it really is cool to have the battery back here in this compartment, and the compartment is a little bit, compartment, sorry, is a little bit bigger, so it's ready for a battery upgrade or, you know, different types of things, whatever you want to do with it. It's easy to access with just a couple of Phillips head screws, and
you're good to go?
Yeah, you're good to go.
One of the things I really like about the AK family is the way it points. Just the grip just sits in my hand real nice. This one happens to be sort of ergonomically designed. You know, it's sort of a modern touch to the you know, the classic wooden stick, which is not as comfortable.
It's nicely molded here.
It's nicely molded. It fits in the hand real nicely, and it just points and aims really nicely. I like that about the AK family. I like that about this particular firearm. So, but I think that bunch does it, huh?
Yeah, I think that's all the time that we've got for this piece. But you guys keep your eyes open because we'll be back in the near future and we'll have another cool gun from pyramydair.com. But until then, I'm your host, Barry Goodband.
And I'm Storn Cook, and if you want to reach us, you can do so at rapidfirereview@pyramydair.com, or you can check out Pyramyd Air's Facebook page.
And before we go, fellas, I have to remind you, airsoft guns are realistic copies of actual firearms. So always play safely, act responsibly. We'll see you guys out there.
Do not remove the federally required orange marking from your gun. Treat airsoft guns the same as firearms. Assume a gun is loaded, even if you know it's unloaded. Never shoot at someone who isn't wearing proper eye protection. Never brandish your gun in public, and always transport it in a case. Do not point an airsoft gun at anyone as a joke. Keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. Do not use airsoft guns to shoot at, discipline, or injure animals. Know the laws regarding airsoft guns and their use.